Hello, welcome to the No Rest for the Vivid podcast. My name is Claire Hill, self-belief and business coach, founder of the Vivid Business Club, here to help you get out of your own way and make your dreams happen. In a nutshell, that is what I'm all about, helping you overcome your doubt, your imposter syndrome, your fear, helping you to market your magic so that you can sell all your products, all of your services in order to make the dream business, grow and scale to beyond your dreams. I'm live on Instagram as I record here. Today it's all about procrastination. I'm going to set the scene for you. I have had 2 full days of work, not just normal hours of work. I started on Tuesday morning at 7:30 in the morning working, and I worked till 9:30. And I did the same yesterday, but I started a little bit later yesterday because I had to do the school run. The reason for that is I am part of Stu McLaren's mastermind. He's got 2 masterminds. I'm part of one of those. And if you don't know who Stu McLaren is, he is the membership king. I have got an amazing episode interviewing him, how he puts into words how you can make sustainable recurring revenue inside your business by creating a membership. I am such a fan of creating a membership, so much so I do now have 2. I have the Vivid Business Club membership as well as my Dream Team Mastermind membership. So I am all over memberships. They are the bee's knees, in my opinion. So I had 2 full days. So I did my work, and then because they're based in Canada, it started at 4 p.m. and went on till 9:30 p.m. in our time, because we had guest speakers, we had like little group meetings where we go off and we do hot seat coaching with each other and share our ideas and all of this. And I had some fantastic ideas about how my next launch for the Vivid Business Club in September is going to go. Just for the record, if you would like to join the wait list, I am going to do a flash open of the secret door before the summer holidays in England, or the UK. So that will be before the end of July. I'm not going to say when, but I'm literally going to open the doors for 24 hours and then close them again. But my launch for September to welcome more people into the Vivid Business Club, I feel like I've nailed it. So I feel really good because that's like something that I was feeling like I was getting in my own way with it. And funnily enough, that is what procrastination is. We're getting in our own way. Now, if you have been around this podcast for a while, you will know that I've just panicked. Be another blooper. That's right. I panicked then thinking that I've got the wrong microphone on. But it's all good. We're all good. I've lost my train of thought. Oh, that's it. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that I am a wire artist, which means that I make wire art out of wire. And I have done that I started that business in December 2018, which is it was my second product-based business after Violet and May, which I ran from 2009 to 2013-ish. While I was training to be a teacher. That's one of the main reasons it went down the pan, because you can't do anything else apart from train to be a teacher when you're training to be a teacher. So, but I made the bold step last year, probably about November, December, that I wasn't going to focus on Vivid Wire for 2024, and I haven't. I don't think I've created any content for Vivid Wire at all. Maybe one live where I was saying I'm having a break. And even though I've actually took down my website because I was paying for it and it needed a lot of work. It needed a makeover. I want to go over to Shopify. So there's all of these things. So I just thought I'm just going to take it down while I decide, which forced me to the fact that I can't take orders from my stuff. But I took an order in November. Maybe, was it November? Yeah, I think it was November, a long time ago. about a really bespoke commission, a huge commission. This piece of work is massive. I've done big pieces before, so I felt really excited about it. And it's just some beautiful words. I've seen where it's going to go. I helped design it to and from, like a proper, like VIP level bespoke commission. And though I enjoyed making it, I can't get myself to finish it. I'm procrastinating. And I think that is because there is so much amazing things going on in my other business, in the Claire Hill world, in my coaching and my with the Vivid Business Club, my Dream Team Mastermind, my coaching, like one-to-one coaching. Like, there are so many amazing, exciting things to come, as well as going on right now, that making Vivid Wire is just not as exciting anymore. And I feel bad saying that out loud, because when you make art, it's got to come from your heart and come from like that. When you do your business, it's coming from that giddy, exciting place where you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to get to work. And I get to do this with my hands. And I had that for so long. For so long. Vivid Wire is just, I've taught many, many lessons. I've got a plan for all of that. But I've made the piece, by the way. Okay. It's over here. I'm not going to show you it. It's over there. I've made it. It's massive. And I've been procrastinating all day to pack this order up. It's like my brain won't step into gear. And it was really interesting because I'd spent those 2 days in my mastermind looking at looking really close at my business, where I want my business to go, what my next goals are. Oh my God, I'm just so excited about it all. Like I was helping people get out of their own way with procrastination, and I'm in it. And you know what? Because that procrastination doesn't go anywhere. So what have I done today to stop me from procrastinating? I've discovered a lot of things that really need work straight away. Isn't it interesting how when we are procrastinating, we find all of these extra things that really need to be done very urgently, but that would be also being putting off. So what was one thing that I've done today that's just, I've created, I've got a content plan for 45 pieces of content. Like, I've been trying to do that for a long time. I've done it. I've done it today. But I want you to, for a moment, if you've been procrastinating over something, there's always basically 2 reasons for it. Number one is fear. Fear that you're not good enough to get it done, or fear of success. With me, it's always fear of success. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. Or you just don't love doing it anymore. And I think when you run your own online business, there are multiple times where it could be that you want some more income to come into your business. You want something else to inject a bit of cash. So say if you've got, and I do teach this inside the Vivid Business Club, if you've got a low month, there are creative ways to get a cash injection into your business in order for you to get through that and keep going. And sometimes there are certain things in our business that have been created through that. And because they felt successful, because the cash came in, doesn't mean that we're going to enjoy them. And I always teach all of my clients and the members inside the Vivid Business Club, you have to come from a place of joy. What you're doing, and it's so different from working. And the reason why it has to be different from working, or why entrepreneurship has to come from that place of joy, or the root of it has to come from a place of joy, is that we have to sell ourselves every goddamn day. My husband has recently had an interview, and I really felt for him, because it's really bloody hard to sit in front of a room of people and sell yourself and basically show the evidence that you are the right person for the job. And that is what we do every day running our online business. This is not that and it really is, if you're not in it, you don't understand it. Because right now I'm going to give a shit ton of value in this podcast, right? I'm going to tell you all of these amazing tips for procrastination. You're going to probably go on and be able to get over your procrastination when you need to, and you'll be able to get some shit done that are going to make you loads of money. You're going to start feeling really confident, and then you're going to believe in yourself so you can get on to the next thing, right? That is what I'm here to do. But really, I am telling you, I'm the answer that you've been looking for, to show you this podcast. As you know, all social media content, all of it, I want to help you out. I'm going to give it to you for free, but I've got business to run as well, obviously. Like, let's just be transparent. But I want people to work with me because I've changed their life already before they've even started working with me. So this is what this podcast is all about. But that is what an interview is, isn't it? Like, every day we're putting out the evidence of saying, look, I'm good enough. I am good enough to be your coach. I'm good enough to be for you to, my community is a freaking epic, the Vivid Business Club. I had some amazing messages today. Can I read them? There was one of our new members. She's from Germany. She's such an absolute, oh my God, we love her already. She's only been in 6 weeks, maybe even this year. She's just starting her second month. She said the session today was great, which was talking about our Belief Boost session that was on Tuesday, which is where we do group coaching, and members have to submit their question before they for the session, so I can support them. And she realized that she needs to talk more about her art. And she loved that all of the other women inside the Vivid Business Club are so normal. I love that, in the best way possible. She said, I have no problem talking about the reality and how I'm feeling and what I'm facing. And there's no, oh, I am the best. None of that competition. So it's really lovely. And I'm already looking forward for the next session. And she realised as well that boundaries and setting time for my business is so important. We'll have to work on that too. Because she was talking about the fact that somebody came round to her house and they were pottering about, and then she had to have like extended lunch with them. And then she was like, I really want to do my work, but they were there. I was like, yeah, well, when you run your own business and you work from home, it's like you're on tap for people, isn't it? So it's about boundaries. But let me like dial back and go back to my main point about how difficult it is to sell yourself. And it's not difficult when when it's coming from a place of joy, and that's why it's so important. It's so much easier to do that, and that's my job as well, to find your magic and help you market and sell it. But we procrastinate over the things that move our business forward so that we can get to that point, because potentially we don't enjoy it anymore, or fear of success. And quickly go back to that enjoying anymore. Even if something is bringing in money, like Vivid Wire has always brought in a fantastic income into it's always brought in a fantastic revenue. I left my job as an assistant head teacher and I had to match that salary. I always believe that when you have got to work for it, you're going to find a way to work for it. And I had no choice. Otherwise we wouldn't have paid our mortgage and lost our house. So I had to make it work, and I did. And I think through that grit that I had to create, I created a really sustainable business, which I could scale passively, which I still haven't done yet, but it's there waiting. It's like, because I just get so excited about this stuff. But I've realized, even though I love making, it's just not for me at the moment. It's not. So this is why I'm procrastinating about it. But also we will procrastinate over the fear of success. And if you've listened to this podcast for a while, you'll know I'm exactly like, I've been in a situation where I've lost people as I've grown, as I have developed. I've been told I've changed, when actually it's not that. It's just I've become a more vivid and more confident version of myself, and I know what I want out of life, and I know what I'm here to do. And that can be really, really intimidating for some people who are not willing to look at themselves in that way. So therefore I have lost people. And so as I become more successful, what it does is makes my doubt and my fear and my imposter syndrome, that critical part of me, which I call Clara, to be a right pain in the ass, because she will make me avoid doing things, because I might lose more. I might lose more people. So there's always a reason why we're procrastinating. So before I go on to my favorite 5 things. And this is a very, very general procrastinating, by the way. I am an expert in procrastination, and there are multiple levels to procrastination and doubt, which I am going to teach you soon, by the way, just saying. But until then, let's just get you started. Let's get you out of your own way for now. But there is always a way why you're procrastinating. And so before I get into that, ask yourself why. Why is it that you are procrastinating? What are you trying to avoid of part of that task? Is it because you're scared of what's next? Are you scared of that success? Could that feed into your imposter syndrome or your doubt? Or is it because you just don't like doing it anymore? Can you work out a way to getting that out of your business so you don't have to do it? Do you need to delegate it? Do you need to hire somebody? I was talking to somebody, another member, she had a welcome call yesterday inside the Vivid Business Club, and we were talking about how she is a service provider, and she is at her ideal client is actually higher up or further down the business route than she thought they were, because she wants to work with people that have already hired like a virtual assistant. She is a launch strategist. She's a little bit further up the chain, like in tech and skills. Not saying that, I mean, my assistant Hannah is a fucking bomb. I know you're listening, Hannah, but she's got that, she's got that other level with her training and knowledge and experience. And so we were saying, like, you got to aim your content at people that have already hired. And I still need to be reminded that, and even delegating to Hannah, because when we put a ceiling on how much help we are willing to bring into our business, we're actually putting a ceiling on our success, because there's no way I'm getting to 7 figures without more help. Can't happen. I'm one person. Just is. And also my skill set is a certain skill set, and there are people out there that do a lot better job than me on certain things, and I just need to use my magic to do that. So that's that. First up, why are you procrastinating? So my biggest tip that I can give you is breaking things down into steps. So number one, breaking things down into steps. I like to call them micro tasks or micro plan, like to really, really break it down. So over here, I've got my massive whiteboard, which you can't see if you're listening. And I think it's A0. I don't know, it's bloody massive. Anyway, you can't lose a whiteboard, by the way, so I know exactly where everything is. But that is really nailed down into tasks, like really micro tasks. And I'm very good at prioritizing what I need to do as well. So, and this is going a little bit more detail than I wanted to, but I have one area of the stuff that I need to do this week and then this month. Like, I can't do it all. I can't do it all. And I'm looking at my week, my week to-do list, and actually I've probably been a little bit ambitious. So, but that's, again, that is what I do. I am I am very, very, very ambitious. So break everything down into tasks. My greatest favorite method to do that is to use post-it notes. Next, I would set deadlines, right? And hold yourself accountable to those deadlines. A really good way to do that is to broadcast it on Instagram if you've got one, or TikTok, or, say out loud, I'm going to get something done by this date. And I've got something coming up at the end of the month and I haven't set a definite date for it. I'm not going to procrastinate about it, because, I'm really excited. But I think it's really important to say out loud, like, this is when I'm going to get something done, and make it non-negotiable. As soon as you start negotiating, especially if your your imposter syndrome is saying, I don't really feel like doing it today, it's going to lean into that feeding of your doubt, because if you start negotiating and saying, I have to feel ready, you're never going to feel ready. Like, I don't feel ready to pack up this wire art. So how can and this is my next one, like, how can you reward yourself? So when I finished this podcast episode, which also needed to be done today, but I was like, right, I'm going to go and do this podcast episode about procrastination. It's going to help me to stop procrastinating, because I have to get this done by 4:30, or most of it done by 4:30, because it's my husband's birthday tomorrow. He doesn't listen to the podcast, but I have got no card. I've got no present for him. He is going on holiday, like, with the lads. So I was thinking I'll just give him some money, and he needs some socks. I was going to go down that. I need to get myself to the shops before I need to get Jackson. So yeah, that is not usually me. Normally I have sorted his birthday present, but anyway, there you go. So reward yourself. So I'm rewarding myself in a minute while I'm going to do that packing up with listening to a podcast that I'm enjoying at the moment. That's what I'm going to do. If I don't do a do it while I'm doing it. So sometimes it's like nice to habit stack. I used to go to the gym and it was the only place that I was allowed to watch EastEnders, so that I went to the gym. Now I'm doing something else and I'm really enjoying it. So I don't really need the same um reward, like bribe myself, but sometimes it really does help. So another thing is to reward yourself while the task is finished, like after the task is finished. Thirdly, I want, oh no, yeah, hold on. Fourthly, eliminate those distractions. My my thing with procrastination is scrolling on Instagram, but I don't scroll. I actually, because I have my clients in my phone, I sort of, I suppose I worry a little bit that they might need some support. So I need to check my phone all the time. Like, are they in my DMs or are they in my WhatsApp? And because my clients are in one phone and my everything else is in the other phone, I prefer to use my other phone. So I pick both of them up and I just go around in a circle. So when I've finished recording this podcast, those phones are going in the drawer. I'm going to put my Pomodoro technique, Pomodoro timer on, which is the fifth thing that really helps me. Using time management techniques. Pomodoro technique is by far the best one out there. Putting a timer on for 25 minutes and then giving yourself a 5-minute break and doing that repeatedly after you've done it 4 times, and you can have a longer break. I just want to go back to those distractions. Right now, I have a lot of mess around me because I've literally moved everything so I could record this podcast. So I'm going to tidy up when I've finished this. I've also noticed that this desk, even though it's standing, is actually a little low for me to finish this work comfortably. So I'm going to raise the desk. I'm going to put the timer on for 25 minutes. And I'm going to do 2 lots of Pomodoro techniques. I'm going to get it done in that time. So in that phrase, I'm emptying the distractions, completing, getting these distractions out of the way. I'm going to put on a timer and help myself by doing the Pomodoro technique. I'm going to reward myself as well, because in those 5 minutes, I'm going to go and make myself a cup of tea, like in the break or something like that. I'm going to be focusing those 25 minutes because I know I'm getting a reward in that 5-minute break. And I've set a deadline. I'm like, I'm going to get it done in that time. And then I need to go to the shops. I think that, and also breaking that task into steps. Like in my head, I know that packing that wire art, I can do the first word. It takes a long time to pack up wire art that's this big. It's probably me procrastinating because it's boring, really boring. It's really boring. I get bored so easily. I really do. This is why, I mean, a lot of people say, have you got ADHD? I don't know. I think there's a couple of symptoms that I don't have, and that's why I haven't got ADHD. But I definitely get very bored very easily, and I cannot focus. I really struggle to focus, or I get into hyperfocus. But one thing is for sure, I'm always in competition with myself. So I will sort of be disciplined in the way of saying, I'm going to work for 25 minutes. I'm going to work for 25 minutes, and then I'm going to have a 5-minute break and reward myself. And then I'm going to work for another 25 minutes and then have another 5-minute break. Well, I'm not. I'm going to get straight to the shop so I can buy my husband something for his birthday. A bit late, a bit last minute Linda with that one. I would love, and if you're watching on Instagram or catching up later, I want to know, what do you procrastinate over? Where in your business do you find that procrastination gets in your way the most? I need to know. I want to know. Let me help you to get out of your own way. Right. That's me done for today's episode. Go and check out my free stuff. clarehill.uk/free stuff. Go and have a little binge on those wonderful trainings I've got in there that are completely free. Stick me in your ear rolls and learn how to transform yourself from a worrier to a warrior boss, so you have confidence and purpose and focus and clarity. It's all there for you. You can get started straight away. That's clarehill.uk/free stuff. Right. Have a wonderful afternoon or day or whatever time you're listening to this, and I'll speak to you soon.